Welcome back, everybody. This is Quest and Chaos, Rime of the Frostmaiden, Icewind Dales. Welcome. Yes, it is June 19th, 2021 here on the West Coast. Happy time zone, everybody. Before we get into the game and seeing whether our folks here make it out of the Caredon of all keep, we got some announcements. Got our business friends going to shout out Nord Games. Go to nordgames.com/3.html for that affiliate link. You help them out, you help us out. And when you use the coupon code chaotic20, chaotic20, you're going to help yourself out to 20% savings.
And there's a big asterisk next to that. Apparently the code is not working right now. So thank you to our amazing moderator, Tigeround31, for finding that out for us as I communicate over to Nord Games. What the hell, man? Anyway.
Noted. Yes, we will find that out post-haste. But also go check out birdsofparadise.com. Birds of Paradise, they are made by our very Andrea of the Burbs. They've got bird-themed dice and Arizona-themed dice. And if you go to birdsofparadise.com and use the coupon code chaotic, you're going to get yourself 15% off. Lastly, our good business friend of the show is D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is the official online toolset of Dungeons & Dragons. It is very helpful in creating all of your custom content, as well as having all the source books needed for you to run written adventures by the Wizards of the Coast crew. Yes, so check out Nord Games, Birds of Paradise, and dndbeyond.com. Also, hello, friends watching on Twitch or YouTube or listening on the podcast. Thank you so much. Of course, you can find this all on twitch.tv/questandchaos, YouTube, looking at Quest and Chaos. And if you go to questandchaos.com/podcasts, you will be able to find our podcast versions of this if you happen to be taking this on the road. Cool. You can help us out here live on Twitch by donating the bits. Giving 500 bits equals 1 inspiration. 1 inspiration allows players to roll an additional d6 to their d20 die, and 2 dice allows them to pull 2 cards at a random from the deck of inspiration created by our very own Thomas Cook, with having various effects. Now, if we don't want to leave it up to the winds of chaos, the winds of change, you can also donate cards by going to patreon.com/questandchaos. There, can help out players by donating cards to their individual campaigns, and they last throughout the month. I believe we just used the last boosted quick thinking provided, I believe, by NGC457.
Correct.
Yes.
I was like, oh, let me use that on this attack that I'm held for. And then you're like, okay, he misses. But his second attack,
I do remember that now. It was as tragic as everything in that fight was.
What? Okay, I do have to. Okay, we're not in the show yet. I do have to know what was the DC for failing that old person?
Old person was 11.
Oh God.
We're doing great, y'all. We're doing great.
That's my +1 to wisdom saves.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So help us there. On also, we do our Quest and Chaos After Dark, in which our players basically debrief about the episode and what has transpired. We had a particularly heavy one with Dragon of Icespire Peak this past Monday. So yeah, go check that out. And we're trickling out more content. If you want to, be informed on that, or possibly even have a voice in what we produce next, go check out patreon.com/questandchaos. All right. Yes, that is all the shout outs. Friends over here, do you have any shout outs to give?
Thanks for being an awesome DM, James. I'm just going to say that now because I'll probably be mad at you by the end of the session. It's my own fault, but...
I know.
I do it to myself.
Even when you are like, I'm fully prepared for my character to die, it still comes.
Donovan's got 3 hit points. Everything's going to be fine.
And a wolf.
It'd be fine. You got three wolves or some Let me.
Or a wolf.
And a badger, I think.
Badger.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a goat in a bag of weed.
Oh.
Goat and a bag of weed. Okay, there you go. Yeah, a bag of weed, a boar, and a wolf.
That was like a couple of weeks ago.
Does it say that? What does it say?
It's a badger.
It's a badger.
Cool. Well, in that case, let's get into this, whatever your time zone is, game of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you, stage manager Alondra, for getting us back on.
Thank you, 5.
Let's see what happened last time. Last time, y'all found yourself in Caer Dineval and found that the inhabitants of it were cultists, and through a very educated guess from Elspeth, cultists of Levistus. Yes. And noting that, cultists of Levistus should not be within the walls of Caer Dineval, they decided they need to, 1, rescue the speaker, and 2, rescue the actual inhabitants of the keep, knowing from one servant, Meek, a small tiefling boy, that they are down within cistern, freezing their butts off. Literally. When you find them, if you find them, there will be a frozen butt on the ground.
That tracks.
But yes, so what did they end up trying to do? Well, Donovan decided, using some of Elspeth's invisibility magic, they were going to go up to the guard rampart area and retrieve their lost items. While there, they decided to do a sneak attack against 2 guards, 2 cultists, and epically miss. And 2 level 2 cultists began to wail on Donovan quite heavily.
In Donovan's defense, he is not proficient with the scimitar. So it is I only get a +3 to attack.
And you only needed a 14 to hit.
Yeah, just dig it in deeper, James. Just dig it in deeper.
But not all was lost, because while walking up the stairs, Renner and Amoa went to go and save Donovan. Amoa using fantastic fireball magic to eradicate an entire room of cultists. But Renner joined in the fight, saving Donovan and killing the one who used hold person on him for quite an extensive period, but leaving the other one alive for later questioning. They began to return down because they had left Elspeth, Azar, and Indra to follow Kadroth down into the cistern, where Kadroth has taken an interest in Elspeth for a deceitful lie that her father was also a worshipper of Levistus. They were separated as Kadroth took Elspeth deeper within the cistern on a tiny little rowboat and showed a small shrine, an effigy of Levistus. Meanwhile, Azar and Indra had to deal with their surrounding cultist guards, who they made very quick work of, and James was very happy that he made a useful NPC. And while there, with the effigy, Elspeth was establishing some hand contact with Kadroth, just to, make that familiar. But as the screams of the cultists being killed by Azar and Imdra rang out, one of them yelled out, "Kadroth, get Avarice!" At which point, an albino white tiefling with a bobbed hair, very poofy collar, as if made from white feathers, and pretty standard cold weather clothing going down, stands before you. Pink eyes, slightly black-tipped horns that kind of just curl out. And if her features were not any more striking, the most striking thing is that in her crossed arms is a familiar red spellbook. And where we take off is Elspeth, having established physical contact with Kadroth often, is going to try to sneakily cast Inflict Wounds. So if you wouldn't mind, rolling me a stealth check.
Yeah, it's not my worst skill for once. That is going to be a 6.
A 6. So as quietly and as sneakily as your hands can do, you do start to make quite a large gesture as Kadroth looks down, and Avarice on the other end just makes a quick with her fingers. And as you are about to touch down on Kadroth,
Yeah, just feel
nothing
it
emits
disappear.
from your hand. And Kadroth bouncing between you two is like, Avarice, what was that? Oh, nothing. Just practicing some new arcane symbols. At which point, at the word of arcane symbols, you do feel under your pressed hand a bit of tensing from Kadroth.
I'm going to look at this tiefling and kind of look at the book and go, I don't believe that's yours.
It's funny you should say that, because I don't believe it's yours either.
Well, it was gifted to me.
I would not suspect him to be giving away his spellbook.
Spellbook? Oh, I was gifted a book of love poetry.
You always did have a way with words.
I imagine so. We didn't get very well acquainted.
No. By my knowledge, he is a flame.
Yes, quite an unfortunate circumstance.
Too true. Kadroth, would you leave us? I would like to speak to our new guest. Kadroth. I'd like to speak to her.
Just gonna
Very
very distinctly withdraw my hand when the request is made and kind of take one step away from him.
Very well. I will see you upstairs, Lady Elspeth.
Thank you for the tour, Master Kadroth.
And he and his two cronies get onto the boat and start to sail outwards. As Avarice looks you up and down, Azar, you not really being out of breath because it was quite a quick battle, you and Imdra being very satisfied with what you have done. You can see on the edge of the torchlight a boat approaching.
So just to have a mental picture, there's the 4 guards that were with us. They're all here, and then there's stairs to go down to the water. Yeah. You said there was ice along the edge, right?
Yeah, ice along the edges of the water. It seems to have been creeping up and in, but there's enough water, and it seems due to the passing of the boat that it is cracked and has movement back and forth.
How thick is the ice?
The thickness of the ice, looking at it real quick, it's about 3 or 4 inches.
Well, that's plenty to hold the weight of the person. Okay.
But those are like on the edges. Like the main thoroughway of the water is cracked enough for.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Fort Azar.
Okay. But you watch as this boat begins to slowly approach. And over there
Painful.
you see. I'll make a perception check really quick.
Sure. Plus 5. 15.
15. You see 3 figures. One rowing, one seated, or actually 2 of them seated, but none of them look like Elspeth.
No, that does not make Azar happy. You brought my friend to your murder basement. You didn't bring her back.
So as the boat,
go ahead.
yeah, as the boat docks, you see 2 cultists and Kadroth, as Kadroth just grumpily seems to step off.
I'm waiting there at the bottom. I'm waiting at the bottom for him.
At the stairs, the boat touches down. One of the cultists step off and hands a hand to Kadroth, who steps off.
Where's Elspeth?
Where are my guards?
Where is Elspeth? I asked you first.
She is back there at the shrine, doing a prayer.
I would like you to return her to me now. I'm not going to ask more than once.
And you can see him assessing you versus back there. And you can see him do the quick mental calculation, and he's like, very well. Steps on the boat, turns around and casts
I'm not surprised. Let's roll.
old person.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so wisdom saving throw, please.
That's going to be a 22.
22. He turns and he has like this grin on it, like just smoke ass grin as he casts a spell. And
I said, go get her now. Five, 4.
He pushes off the boat and it starts to go backwards
3.
as he points at the 2 guards, like, get them.
Fine. How about some lightning breath for everybody? Let's roll.
Let's roll. I will also roll for Imdra. Okay, nice. Okay.
Isn't Imdra just so glad she came along with us?
Just doing her due. All right, Imdra, just like, Okay. What did you get?
15.
15. All right. You will be going, let's see, those guys have a +2. What is your dexterity plus?
3.
3? You'll go before the 2 cultists there. So go ahead.
Okay. Let's see, 2 of them and him in the boat. That's nice. So I'll make a opposed athletics check against the first guard. I'm going to shove him into the water.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's a shove attack. Oh, yes. That is 20.
Well, I got a 20 as well.
All right. Flurry of blows.
Okay.
One for each. 17.
17 hits.
Oh, shove again. Opposed
Shove
athletics.
again? Okay.
Yeah, it's a shove attack. You
Oh,
takes
this
attack roll.
with the quick from one shove to the next, it's just like boom, boom. It catches the other one off guard and they go into the water.
And this will be a regular attack against the other guard, my second from the flurry of blows. And that will be 17 to hit.
17 hits.
All right. And he's knocked back 5 feet into the water. And he takes a little bit of damage. I did not have my damage die ready. Yeah, whatever. That's 4 points of bludgeoning damage. He's knocked back into the water.
Yes.
Imdra, could you take care of our friends? They seem to have fallen into the water.
Certainly. Well, it is their turns, and they both take their time to get out of the water. And standing before you, they'll both each take 2 attacks each with their
I
scimitar.
really should have stayed in the water. You're safer there.
They ain't the smartest. Oh wow. Does a 217,
AC
a
15.
19, and a 21 hit?
Yeah, they'll hit.
Okay. So that is 4. Roll 2 1s and 2 2s. So that is 6 plus. So 14 damage.
I finally got rid of my 10 hit points.
Hey! Meanwhile, it's Imdra's turn, who sees this happening and is going to go to the one that you punched and is going to do 2 pure attacks. Ooh, that was not very good. But I think with their really shitty... Okay, one of those hits. That's good. That's good. Oh, wow. Ooh, I am rolling terrible on damage. That's only 4 damage from Indra, as the one who came out of the water slips on one of the stairs, and she's only able to catch it on the shoulder. Meanwhile, it's Kadroth's go, who, in the boat, is going to use... Yeah. Let's try that. You see him begin to wave another bit of magic. Imdra, you on the far end start to hear this scuffle as Kadroth begins to weave some words, and you just hear in your mind, Azar, approach. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Got pretty good wisdom.
You don't know that.
18.
18. You hear this word and you feel this slight urge to get pulled, but then you shake your head and just stare at
I told you to go get Elspeth. You're wasting your time.
Meanwhile, up top, Donovan, Renner, Amoa, and Meek are slowly making their way down the wall, down the stairs. Anything you 3 want to quickly discuss?
Along the way, I am just naming and introducing myself to the animals.
As you walk down, Donovan, the 3 animals that you grab from your gray bag of tricks, the dire wolf, the badger, and the boar, all of them of like a gray tone. They seem to be more like, almost like figurine-like, but still lifelike in their mannerisms and their look. But they all look at you, and the dire wolf is like, and the boar's like.
So Donovan names the boar Bacon, the badger Bucky, and Renner. What do you think we should name this dire wolf?
I don't care.
Okay, come on, I don't care. Let's go.
And with ever enthusiasm, I don't care follows behind, as does Bucky and Bacon, as you 3 and Meek is just kind of tailing you 3, just like looking around, wondering when he's gonna die, into the northwest tower. But we take it back to the top of the round. Elspeth, you hear this fighting as Avarice just continues to just stare and look at you, appraising what you're going to do.
Just gonna kind of mostly keep eye contact, but kind of keep glancing over toward the entrance. And the fighting does not appear to be, from what I can hear, is not moving any closer or further away, right?
No, you do hear Kadroth slowly floating in your direction by the sound.
Great. This is... I'm just... Okay. I'm going to kind of, spin my hand or whatever and just pop my dancing lights, just kind of hovering in my hand. Very, very clearly not like an attack spell of any sort, just kind of pop them to illuminate. And I'm going to look at this tiefling and say, I'd be more than happy to discuss how we can bring this situation to a mutually beneficial conclusion, but the moment anyone else in my party arrives, historically, I will be recast as the damsel in distress, and talking will no longer be an option. So if you're willing to negotiate, maybe we could discuss it now before anyone else gets here. And then as I say that, I'm just going to fling my lights kind of toward the entrance. The intention fully just being, I just want like Azar and Imdra to be able to see the lights, both so that they know where the entrance to where I am is, but also so that they know I'm still alive.
As you
I know how this works.
As the lights go out and she just smiles at you, it's like, I think it is already being mutually beneficial for us both, by the way it's going.
Really? Well, I should like to hear more about that.
Yeah, but right now I'm just listening and it's quite entertaining. Top of the round, Azar, you've got 2 cultists there before you.
You really should have stayed in the water. The one that I just shoved last time, just punched him in the face.
Okay.
That'll be 13. That'll probably miss.
13 hits.
Oh, 13 hits. Yay. 5 damage, and he's knocked back into the water.
Boom. And as he comes back up for breath, like, come on!
Stay in the water like a good boy.
Meanwhile, there is the other one who also stood up.
And bonus attack, just smack in the face. 17.
17 hits.
For 5 more damage.
5 more damage. Boom! You smack him into the side of the wall. It's like, ugh.
And I'm going to step up into the spot where the cultist fall in the water is, so he can't get back up again.
Oh, okay. So he, while you stand in his space, is just like, oh, fuck. And just like tries to like swing at you at your legs. The other one against the wall, just like, they're going to take their 4 attack.
So one in the water have disadvantage because he's trying to swim.
Rolls, yes, he does. Those aren't going to hit. But the other 2, that is a 16 and a 21.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I get more than a 1 and a 2? Oh, yes, I do. Okay, that's going to be 11 damage as 2 strikes come across your body. Meanwhile, Imdra's seeing that you are being accosted by the one at the wall is going to take 2 rapier attacks there. And they both hit. 4. Okay. Just 2 quick stabs, one in the shoulder and one straight in the heart as it's just like, and then he falls into the water. Meanwhile, Kadroth just seemingly floating in the water with nowhere to go. Just like, we can find a mutually beneficial way for us all, right?
I told you to go bring back Elspeth. Do it now.
Intimidation check.
I will use Presence of Dragons to re-roll that one. Okay, that's much better. That's a 16.
16. As your eyes almost take on a draconic appearance and almost as if a aura of heat emanates from around your body as you say that. You see Kadroth back away a bit and just kind of stumble around in the boat as he tries to find a push pole, and as he does, just like tries to grab the push pole and seemingly taking a wrong step, falls in the water as just like climbs back onto the top of it and just like just screams out in frustration.
Before we move on, I want to thank King Shikamaru for 5,000 bits.
Whoa!
That's
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 inspiration coins.
Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Thank you for that. And 2,000 of those bits, so that's 4 inspirations, are 4 cards. So we are going to
nice.
draw. So that's 2 cards from the deck of inspirations. We're going to draw 4 and keep 2.
Yeah.
Shuffle this up a little bit.
Wait, shout out again. Major
King
props.
Shikamaru.
King Shikamaru. Thank you, King Shikamaru. That's
Yes.
amazing.
I'm assuming Thomas over here has never read Naruto.
I don't know what that is.
It's like only the most popular manga to like come out of Japan and like
It's
the past
this.
1 year. The ninjas in the orange suits.
Ranma 1/2. It's the only
Oh wow, you're at shit.
anime that I watch. I'm wearing an anime T-shirt right now. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my god, what
And while we're drawing these cards, we're also getting a raid.
Hey!
who's raiding?
Chaotic.
Thank you,
Fabulous
Chaotic
RPG.
Fabulous RPG. That is
Word.
a great name. I love chaos. I love fabulous. I love RPGs.
Mhm.
So we are,
Fabulous.
thanks to King Shikamaru, we are drawing 4 cards from the deck of inspiration, which you have a PDF access to if you are a Patreon member. And I'm working on the Kickstarter right now. All right. I can't look at them when I draw them. I have to just draw randomly. 3, 4. All right. So we have Change of Fate, which is advantage, or a reroll. Fantastic. That is
Great.
like
Yes.
original inspiration. We have a magical key. When this key enters a lock, it automatically opens a regular or magical lock with a DC of 15 or less. It is then destroyed. We get to choose 2 of these. Tonic of Charm. Drinking this tonic grants the user advantage on charisma checks for 10 minutes. I think maybe
I was
Elspeth needs
going to
this.
say, so far all these are for Elspeth. So got it. Okay, let's continue.
I have not. The only hit points I have lost have been from the cold. I have not entered a single fight with anyone. I'm doing great by my normal track.
Oh, you tried though.
I did
Got
try,
counterspelled.
and it didn't work, which makes me nervous because she seems okay with the fact that you're kicking his ass. So,
And then we
It's a
have
tool.
Guiding Light, which is you ask for Guiding Light from the gods. For a brief moment, you see a faint glow in the direction of your stated goal.
oh well, I can't use that one. My gods won't talk to me anymore. So,
I'm thinking Change of Fate.
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
And do we think there's going to be anything locked? I think Tonic of Charm.
Tonic of Charm, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. We also, that's amazing. Of 3 Kingdoms have just donated 500 bits to the players because they have legit just finished watching Ranma this week.
Hey.
Hey.
Nice. I don't. And if you watch any of our Carbon 21 playthroughs, my character's name is Ryoga. So,
Thank you. for Kingdom.
which is my favorite character from Ranma. So, turns into a little piglet. So cute.
All the transformations in Ranma. Well, let's see. What was I talking about? Yes, Kadroth was floundering in the water as as he's trying to get onto the boat. Meanwhile, you 3 up top, Donovan, Omoa, and Renner, and Meek, along with Bacon Bucky and I Don't Care, your bag of gray tricks, Boar, Badger, and Direwolf, follow you into the northwest tower as you see no guards there, but at this point, a pretty evident trapdoor that has been closed.
Directly to it. Yeah, Renner's just gonna walk directly to it.
I hope it's not locked with the DC 15 unless.
Well, as Renner goes to open it, it opens.
Ooh.
And as you open it, Renner, you just hear this scream of like, "Ah!" of frustration.
Do I recognize the scream?
It sounds like Kadroth.
Oh, all right. Yeah, then he'll just casually continue. I think we need to. I think we're going down this way.
Is there a ladder? Is that what this is? All right.
Is there a ladder?
I don't care. Let's go first. And I try and get a wolf on my back as I climb down.
Strength check, my friend.
Look at the massive dire wolf down this hatch.
Yeah.
This is not going to go well. That is a. It's not a saving throw. It's just a check.
Yeah,
4.
You're like, all right, come on, I don't care, and it
Just
like gets on top of you, and you're like underneath, and you're just like.
Renner's gonna see his struggle, pick up the dire wolf, and then attempt to put him on his back.
Strength check
Going
as well.
down the thing. Yeah, absolutely. This is okay.
Okay,
Sorry, what's up?
I mean, yeah, technically athletics, but even with a 4, Donovan, I don't think that would add much.
It's okay. Let me see.
Same.
That's a 10.
Still 4.
A 10, as you try and lift, you realize with your small stature and this animal's large frame, it's just like you feel like you could lift it, but just like when you try and lift something massive that's light, it's just really unwieldy.
it's floppy.
How far down is the base of this? Do we see it? Can we see it?
You
from where
look
we are?
down, you have dark vision, right?
Sure. Yes, I
it's
do. Yes, I do.
It's about 30 feet down.
We can jump this, and then so Renner's just gonna hop down with attempting to carry I don't care as well.
Okay. Yeah, hop down and yeah, with that athletics check, we'll carry it over.
Oh wait, was it? No, I rolled strength check. Did you say roll athletics?
Oh,
check?
athletics. Yeah, you could have.
It's fine. Continue. Go ahead.
How
much damage do I take?
You land quite hard as you take 15 fall damage.
30 feet. Are you dead?
No, I'm not down, but that was more than.
3d6 fall damage.
You land hard as I don't care, just like boom, kind of like adds on to the wall. And it's just like
I don't.
Oh,
Okay.
where are our dogs? I don't know where our dogs are. Just realized.
We haven't seen the dogs, the deer, or the owl in a hot minute, so.
Okay.
Donovan, what are you gonna do with your badger and boar? Bucky?
Well, the badger's tiny, so let's go, badger. Bucky, let's do this.
Not rocket.
And I'll climb down.
You climb down with Bucky, and then Amoa is like, all right, Bacon. Picks up Bacon in one arm and just like crawls down with one arm down the ladder. And as that is happening, Azar, you start to hear things coming down the ladder as you deal with this final cultist.
Like,
Was
you got this
floundering
one,
in the
right, Andrew?
Yes, I think I can handle this one.
How far away is the edge, the ice? Said it's only 10 feet wide or something like that.
So the edge of the ice, I would say the cistern's about 20 feet wide, and the nearest one is about from the stairs 7 feet gap.
All right, I can hop that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just jump over him onto the ice and start walking down to where Kadroth is.
Yeah, and he's just floundering, trying to like right himself on the boat, and just like see him trying to like take off his massive teal coat that is just like weighing him down.
Yeah, I would like to push him into the water, please. I'd like to put him into the water. Just hold him down into the water.
Oh, so are you gonna hop onto the boat?
No, I'm going to jump onto him and push him into the water.
Oh, Okay. Yeah, I would say that's easy enough to make that aim. You jump.
Yeah, no, under the water. I want him to either choke and or drown. I don't care which.
Okay. Well, let's do strength v strength.
Athletics.
Yes, please.
After you kill him, he'll float in a block of ice,
Yeah.
and then you can just like.
That would be great. That is a set plus 4 is 21.
21. Easily enough. Him trying to like all that energy expended trying to get onto the boat. It's just you just watch as you feel struggle underneath your arms, but he just.
I've got this one.
Do we all
Wow.
observe him waterboarding Kendros? Would we go down? Are we just like watching Azar? Are we watching Azar?
I would say as you three are entering, you see Azar having like hopped across and then just like.
Right.
You just hear the
Hi,
splash.
Renner.
As he has a dire rifle. Oh, hello.
I'll just point to the dancing lights. Elspeth's that way. Could you go check on her, please?
Yes, sure. Push off the dire wolf. I don't care. I don't care. Please. Can you move? We will have to come up with a better name for you. I just was in the moment. And then Renner will crawl his way to the water, slide in, feel better with his little mermaid moment, and then as quickly as possible
And
head
as you
towards
slide
the
into the water, you notice there is this one cultist like in the water with you, and he's like, "Ugh!" He's going to try and smack you.
What?
Ooh!
As you're like doing this and
Disadvantage
shaking
on
your
the
hair
water.
off.
As I'm just going. It's so good to be back in the water.
You have your Pantene moment as you turn. You see a sword coming down. That's an 18 hit.
Oh my god. Yes.
That's another 18 hit.
Yes. Yeah, you love this, don't
I
you?
am far less regretting my choice to separate myself from the party.
I am enjoying this because this reminds me of last week with me. Just
You take 10 damage.
Oh my god. Okay.
As 2 strikes hit you as you begin to.
No, in that case, if that is what's happening, instead of swimming off towards Elspeth really quick, do I see Kadroth going
As you like
next to me?
like you go down and you're like you just see the arms of Azara holding down this old tiefling who's just flailing in the water.
Does the cultist, does it look like they can breathe, or they're also struggling to breathe and like going towards the surface?
So the cultist is like he's got an arm up on the stairs as he slipped into the water, but he's like on the edge of the pool.
What is this cultist wearing?
Armor, leather.
Great. He's going to go down, grab his shoe or his boot, and he is just going to go to the bottom of wherever we are and drag him to the bottom of whatever this place is.
Okay, athletics check.
Yeah, while breathing and looking at him and being all kinds of shitty. 24.
24. As you just drag him down like a jet stream.
Good golly.
Then eventually leave this cultist there and then head off in the direction that Azar pointed.
As you pull them down a good, say 20 feet along the way, you just begin to swim through. Let's see, that was a cultist. Meanwhile, Imdra was about to strike the cultist there as you just yoink! Tries to do a heavy crossbow shot at disadvantage.
the heavy, very tiny, very dense matter crossbow. Heavy crossbow.
As the arrow just goes wide, it's like, haven't used this in a long time, and begins to load up another. Meanwhile, Kadroth is going to try to break free from you, Azar.
That's 18.
18. 16. As he's able to like get to the part where he's gonna be like, but still stuck underneath the water. Meanwhile, Elspeth and Avarice is like, that does sound interesting.
I assume we're just hearing all of the various screams and shouts coming from down the way.
You hear a I don't care.
That is a good point. Do I hear enough voices to recognize
Oh yeah, they're here.
And things? Okay, great.
But Avarice is like, I'm going to quickly look at this, and then walks off to the edge and peers over the side, and noticing Azar just like drowning Kadroth is like, Kadroth, are you doing okay?
No, not really.
Well, I think he might need some help if you can keep helping him.
Oh, sure.
I think Elspeth kind of follows, like kind of not even really thinking about it, follows over because she also wants to check and see what's happening.
You watch this, like you step over and you see this chaos of just like, you watch Imdra on the other side just loading up a bolt for some reason. There's a boar, badger, and direwolf on the other side. You see Azar just casually just gripping something underneath the water as you see froth.
Are you okay, Elspeth?
I'm perfectly all right. Are the rest of you all okay?
I'm fine.
No.
None of it looks like Swiss cheese. What's happening? What? It's been 10 minutes. What happened?
Meanwhile, Renner, you pop up out of the water.
Just kidding.
Can I'm gonna try doing this like with a glance at Avarice because I know that she might stop me, but I'd like to go ahead and cast a healing word on Donovan because I do see him and he looks bad.
You throw a glance.
Basically, I'll go through that to basically start like charging the spell, but kind of look at her. Basically, it's like looking for permission.
At which point, her crossed arms, one of them that's not holding the book, just casually like, go ahead.
Thank you. I will fling off a healing word at Donovan just because he's the first person I see who looks particularly like he's maybe not in great shape. And that's going to be math 10 HP.
Oof, that's huge. Thank you.
Yeah. Just kind of shoot that up and then sort of like defer back to Avarice. Don't want to push my luck.
So that was Kadroth. That was all that go. Azar, you're at the top of the order.
So this water is very nearly frozen, right? Starting to freeze over. Great. I would like to let Kadroth go and use cold breath to freeze him into ice under the water.
Okay. What does he need to make?
He takes damage regardless. It's a dex save, not to take half.
Okay.
But I just want to freeze the water.
Cool. Roll some damage. And what is the save?
13.
13. Okay.
4. And another 4. 8 damage.
8 damage.
And I just want to freeze him into a block of ice under the water.
As you let go and begin to cold air just emanates out of your mouth, and in that momentary reprieve of not being drowned, you see him flounder away and his leg gets caught in it, but the rest of his body is still free of ice. As it
is a 20-foot cone. It's really big.
He did make his dex save, so I'm making him half frozen.
Okay, but he's still underwater, right?
He is able to get so since his leg is in ice, his leg, like a mermaid, just kind of floats upwards as his body is just like as he's trying to figure out how to float while his legs are entangled.
Okay.
Let me know when I can do something.
1 second. Let me get. It was 8 or how much damage?
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. Okay.
And then I'll just walk over to where Elspeth is with whoever this other person is. Said Elspeth, are we ready to go?
Not quite.
Oh, hi. I'm Azar. Just as usual.
Hi, I'm Avarice.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Meanwhile, Donovan, is there something you'd like to do?
I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at Kaldroth underwater.
Okay. What do they need to make?
DC 13. Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Okay.
You know what's funny? Trying to breathe underwater while you laugh.
And as you say that, he's like, Avarice says, that was particularly gruesome, whoever did that.
Well, it is a horror campaign.
Are we the bad guys?
So I'm told.
They were cultists. So.
Meanwhile, the final cultist comes out of the water. It's like, and Avarice is like, Matthew, go clean yourself up. Yes, Avarice. As he begins to kind of swim towards the entrance. Indra kind of looking, continues to walk past you, Donovan. Starts to go up the ladder. Avarice looks at all of you, kind of like craning to see everybody in this area. Is like, well, that was interesting.
Who are you?
She's Avarice.
Thank you. Yes, that is my name, and I must say, you all are very interesting, and I would love to talk to you all.
Okay.
Can we get the prisoners out first?
Oh, right. Yes. I don't really care for them. I thought keeping them would be a use on resources. But yeah, we can let them go.
Where are they?
Over here. And she points onto the opposite side of the cistern, and you, Azar, Elspeth, and Renner being closer now, your dark vision didn't allow you to see that far, but on the far end, you can see a large blue stone door that has like kind of the levers on this side, if you'd like to open it.
I'll just fling some dancing lights over to where she's indicated, split them 2 and 2, 2 on the door, 2 to where she said the lever was.
And you have to watch as the lights kind of hook around, and where her entrance was, it's on the opposite side of the effigy. And you look over there and you see basically a room with a winch kind of lever thing.
Do we need to swim to get there?
Well, you normally would use the boat, but it's right now in the water, overturned.
Maybe I should I'm already here. I'll just go open it, and then we can all perhaps find someplace a bit more comfortable to talk.
There is a fireplace.
I'm pretty comfortable here.
As am I for the moment, but I think my friends could use a bit of drying off and perhaps some medical attention, if it's all right with you.
I think that would be fine.
Wonderful. Then I'll just go get the door, and we can all head upstairs.
Yes. So you go over as you watch this blue stone door rise up, and you can see the cistern goes about another 40 feet in.
Throw my lights in again so that I can see.
Renner, can you
Yes,
flip
I'm
over the boat?
already on it. Renner will flip the boat, and then as Elspeth is sending the lights into the room, because it's still in like the ravine, or it's still in water, correct?
Yes.
He'll flop up all the way down to see what's in the room.
Yeah,
Or
and
with
as
the
you go
dancing
in, the cistern channel goes all the way, and then you see a channel off to the left.
Keep going.
And you take that channel, and you're met quite quickly with stone flooring that is a room, currently dark.
Do the dancing lights not follow?
Oh, did
that far?
Elspeth, you sent them after?
Yeah, I'm trying to send them to follow. They don't last very long. Let me double check if I have to be in sight line, because I think I can just kind of fling them. It just has to be within range. So
Okay.
it does not specify that it has to be someplace that I see. So yeah, so I would say I'm just kind of sending them as to follow as best I can without really knowing where they are.
Yeah, as you send that light in, Renner, you push the boat as far as you can, and you go up onto the stone floor.
Yeah.
You lift yourself up, shake it off, and you walk inside.
Sorry, I want to clarify. So I flipped the boat where they were so they could follow, and then Renner went ahead first.
Oh, the water is like in the middle of the cistern, so they would have to like leap onto it.
Oh, gotcha.
So you just went by yourself solo.
Gotcha. Okay. I still wanted to. Well, I wanted to flip the boat, put it towards the side, so if they needed to follow, they could, and then go off on his own. So they have access to get to a boat if they need to.
I'll try and mage hand it closer.
Your mage hand grabs it, and it's just like.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
is there an oar?
There is a push-pull, or actually, there was a push-pull because Kadroth tipped the boat over.
Oh, okay. I can just hop in the boat and just paddle along.
Mm-hmm. Having to use your hands, you paddle along. Meanwhile, Renner, you get up on the floor, and the dancing light kind of illuminating you from behind. You walk in, and I'd like you to make an athletics check.
God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Athletics. That's a 6.
6. From the side, you quickly glance over as two people just tackle you down. Boom, boom. As another one just kind of flops on top. As the three of them are yelling, it's just like, go, go, go. As you watch as two people trying to like get over to the water's edge, it's like, there's no boat.
I came to set you free.
Who are you?
Get off me. Renner's going to try and get them off me and be like, land dwellers. All right. Or what do they look like? What are they?
So there before you, you see 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dwarf.
Yeah.
An elf. And 3 humans, all of varying ages, from mid-20s up to 60s. And they all look quite emaciated.
Right. Stay put. I'll be back with help. And Renner will just kind of flop back into the water and then head back to the group.
Renner, is everything all right down there?
I don't know if he was under the water. Yeah, I don't know if he heard Elspeth. Yeah, exactly. So he'll just keep like. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
yeah, I mean, I'm still over here in this shrine room with Avarice. I'm just kind of like in the doorway, leaning out, trying to like figure out what's going on with all of you guys.
Yeah, Renner will eventually make his way back towards. He'll pass Azar paddling a little bit and then kind of double back and be like, come up and let everyone know. A dwarf, an elf, 3 other land dwellers are in that room.
Can you take the boat? Can you take the boat? Do we have a way to move it? Where did the pole go? Was there a pole? I wasn't here for a pole. How do you move this boat?
There should be a pole. I think it's probably under the water at this point.
Or I could push the boat.
Are you feeling? Do you? Here, I'm gonna fling another healing word into Renner as I'm watching him struggle.
There has been blue blood kind of leaking from him this entire time too, just like streaks of it.
Yeah. How far have I made it with the boat so far? Just paddling the water.
But it's a little hard. The water is a bit cold, even though you have the ring of warmth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels cool in the under the hand, but you don't really paddling a rowboat with hands is a little on the difficult side as you kind of like trying to even it out so you don't start spinning it around.
Yeah, Renner's gonna hop on the back and then just push.
Yeah,
Motorboat.
Yeah,
grab on.
Renner will motorboat. Exactly.
As you come around, and the other or the 5 captives are like, "Is this really happening?"
Yes.
And you just watch as they all kind of like come over to you and just start hugging you on the boat.
That's nice. Get in the boat, please. In the boat.
And then Runner Rowboat or Runner Motorboat just grabs on and comes over to Imdra, who begins to escort them upstairs. I'm assuming, Renner, you take the boat to pick up Avarice and Elspeth as well.
Yo, apparently now I'm just a glorified transportation device. Yes, of course.
But you are the most handsome transportation device I've had in quite a while.
Elspeth,
Thank
you do know the way to get a faster motorboat. Yes, absolutely.
The panic that Elspeth has been repressing is finally starting to catch up, and her anxiety starting to
Anton-
like it's like, oh boy, okay, here we go.
But yes, as you all emerge from the cistern with Avarice in tow, ready to have a conversation once more, that's where we're going to take our break. Cool. Yeah, we'll be back in a quick 7 to 10. Until then, get yourself a drink, get yourself some snacks, use that bio break, and we will see you momentarily. Bye.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden Icewind Dales, presented by Quest and Chaos. As you can see, our Renner has gone off to swim in much, much larger oceans. I actually don't know where Matt has headed off to.
Prior engagement.
Yes, but it will be fun nonetheless with just us four. And Imdra.
Plus all of you.
And
Yes.
you all. And Avarice. Speaking of Avarice, you all exit outwards into the courtyard. The 5 that were in the cistern for ever so long, just like looking up and like, I know it's still nighttime, but air.
You guys need some food or something? There's probably still some in the kitchen.
All 5 of them just kind of look at you. It's like, food?
Yeah, we just had lunch a little while ago. There's probably still some left in the kitchen.
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll head with them off to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Carol.
And Caro gets down to cooking for those 5. Meanwhile, the other 4 you are with, I would say Imdra also went with Azar, just because that is what she'd do. But the rest, you 4 are with Avarice, who's just kind of looking up at the night sky at the moment.
So you said you were keeping the prisoners for conservation of resources.
It was more of Kadrot's idea, not mine.
What resources exactly were you conserving by,
Food?
starving servants in a dungeon?
I mean, that's true. He did use the bare minimum. So I guess that's okay.
So are you the real power of this cult?
No.
Is she wearing one of the pendants?
She is not.
Okay.
What? Sorry, excuse me. My name is Donovan Chambers III. Gentleman, rogue, wizard. Who are you?
Avarice.
And
Is that a name or a title?
Name.
Or a feeling? What are you doing here?
I feel like what I'm doing here seems to be in line with what you all are possibly here for. Waves the red spell book. I'm assuming because of this that you had this on your possession, that we may either be friends or rivals depending on the situation.
Elspeth is just going to hold out her hand for the book.
I'm not going to allow you to have this.
Why not? It's not yours. Was given to me.
See, I'm forgetting his name at the moment. Una memento, por favor.
Donovan is going to try and size her up again in that whole like, can I take them in one round? Now knowing that a 2nd level cultist is impossible to defeat.
I would say if Elspeth sees you kind of giving the look, she's gonna poke you telepathically and just be like, I wouldn't try it. She took down one of my most powerful spells.
Noted.
See, you have taken Zon's spellbook. Either you don't know what it is, or you know exactly what it is. And I need to figure out whether you do know what it is or not.
Did you say John?
Zon. By my recollection, he was a set of flame in East Haven not too long ago.
Yes, as I said, quite unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. But
Well,
let us discuss. I haven't had lunch yet, but it sounds like you all have.
I could use a second lunch.
Yeah. Might fill out some of the holes you have in you.
You should see the other guys.
Yeah,
There.
I know one of them exploded. The other one, you left alive?
is there somebody tied up somewhere that we need to deal with?
Oh, we did tie someone up. Yes.
Do we need to deal
Have
with
we-
them? Though? Can they just stay wherever you put them?
They'll probably attempt to escape or get to their. I mean, they were hogtied, so it'd be hard. They'd have to wiggle their way out. But someone else could find them. I don't know if we need to keep them. To be honest with you.
Well,
I'd like to keep War.
So they are your people.
Sort of.
why don't we go inside, have a seat, get some food for those who need it, and stop talking around each other in circles?
I like circles. Let's go. And starts to walk.
All right.
Mm.
I'm going to say, I don't care. And I point back to because when we pulled him out, I'm like, why don't you go bite through that guy's neck? And his little like tiny ears.
You watch as he gallops away. Meanwhile, Bacon and Bucky are just kind of following you.
Let's go, guys. Let's get some food.
As you all enter, you see the 5 captives just scarfing down food as Caro is just laying out plate after plate after plate. Imdra is just like sitting with them and having conversation, exactly like trying to investigate what's happening. Meanwhile, on another large table, you see Avarice just decide to take the empty table out in the main hall. Takes a seat and kind of sits sideways on it with her legs just like out along the bench with an arm on the table.
Right. Sit down.
Meanwhile, Azar, as you are also helping out Carol, you see your friends enter with Avarice.
Yeah, I'm just helping them out with make sure everyone has enough to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look rather hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not overfeed them, because that's bad too. I've rescued some people in my day, and if you feed them too fast, sometimes they'll die from that. Yeah. So just take it easy over there.
Okay, I'll try to convince them not to eat.
Pace yourself.
Oh,
It's all.
Elspeth, the dwarf lady is actually dead.
Oh, all right. Yes, okay. Thank you. Good to know.
Heffel is dead.
Yes.
Apparently.
I gave her lunch and she died.
Interesting.
Did
she die because of the lunch, or?
I hope not, because I hope to make it.
She would have been nice to have around.
She was really old, though.
True.
Speaking of this Hethel, Kadroth sort of alluded to some sort of vision or prophecy she had seen that perhaps touched on us, but didn't really elaborate. You wouldn't happen to know what exactly that was about? Because I initially got the impression that perhaps it was something useful, and then given the way things went forward, I started to wonder if perhaps he wasn't telling us because he had decided to try to go against whatever prophecy she'd seen.
Yeah. Well, her prophecy that she saw of you all, or not you specifically, but a group of adventurers who would
Of
eventually
course.
arrive speaking about the Duragar, they didn't really align with what he wanted. So with that vision, he knew that you were all capable and would hopefully use that to advance things. However, not as helpful for him.
Clearly not.
No. But I'm interested if you takes the spell book out again and kind of like taps it on the table a couple times. If you know what Zahn was doing here, what I'm doing here, do you know?
Gotten the general gist of things.
What is the general gist that you have ascertained?
Well, I know that there's been a bit of enslavement. There's been quite a bit of murder.
Mm-hmm.
The piece that
Evil.
the piece that we seem to be missing is to what end?
Kind of like leans in close. To be honest with these folks, I don't really know.
I'm sorry. What I didn't hear. You can just speak with normal tones. We're all here in this big hall. What?
I was just the Black Sword. I don't know exactly what they're doing.
But you're not a member of the Black Sword.
I'm not a member.
Then what are you doing with them?
Shelter. We both have a how should I say this, similar patron, if you will.
Ah, understood.
So can we walk back a little bit here? The Arcane Brotherhood, is that what you are?
Yes.
Who you are a part of?
And Gentleman Rogue Wizard, are you also a part of that?
No.
Good answer. Yes, I am part of the Arcane Brotherhood. Any other questions?
We do own an Arcane Brotherhood bar. This is given to us.
Just like the book. You seem to be
Elaborate.
collecting a great deal of gifts connected to your organization.
You know, for an organization, it can be quite disconnected at times.
Clearly.
What bar are you speaking of?
The one in Lonelywood. I forget the name of it.
Mm.
The top of my head.
The Ramshackle, I believe it was formerly called.
Yeah. I mean, obviously not a open Arcane Brotherhood bar.
To my knowledge, that's not one of our contact points.
Well, that might explain what happened to the previous owner then.
Yes.
So,
well,
okay. All right, let's back this up. We are going to put an end to this nighttime nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, it certainly would help to be seeing things in the light.
Funny, I got the impression you would have preferred the dark.
I like it cold.
It's cold here even in the summer.
You can get up to 50s. At least it was 3-ish years ago.
Okay. And you don't like Duragar, or you do like Duragar?
Hethel didn't like Duragar, and based on her premonitions, maybe a nuisance later on, but slightly indifferent, if you ask me.
What is it
And-
that you're here for, then?
How familiar are you all with Netheril?
How familiar am I with Mithril, James?
History check.
I've read a lot of books. I've read a lot of books.
Because Azar should know a bit.
It sounds expensive to Donovan.
That
valuable.
is an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
13.
13? I would say Elspeth. You, in your multitudes of reading, have read about, in centuries past, of floating cities and how the essentially magocracy of those places use their powers to float these cities up and high up above. However, due to the spell plague that happened about a century ago, things got all wonky, and these cities, because the weave had went kapoosh, crashed.
Right.
And yeah.
Yes, the floating cities.
Mm-hmm. And are you familiar with the one called Yithrin?
Rings a vague bell.
Yes.
Wasn't
Well.
really my exact area of study, though.
Well, base knowledge of many things can be helpful, especially if you are curious. You can start asking the right questions. So, Yithrin is believed to be one of those floating cities that have crashed and supposed to be somewhere here.
And you're looking for it.
Yes, as are many, grabs the spellbook, of my cohorts.
What exactly are you hoping to find there?
Many things. I mean, an ancient civilization where their magic was so powerful that they could float an entire city. Do you see any floating cities anymore?
Not recently, but I did grow up in a convent, so I haven't seen much of anything.
There is one.
Hmm.
And that reappeared recently. But otherwise, all the other floating cities are gone. And I have reason to believe that there is one, as many of my brotherhood assume to be one, here.
Oh, certainly a fascinating prospect.
So why was Jean killing
Zon.
people? Zon killing people. I believe that's what he was found guilty of.
Not quite sure, to be quite honest. But if it was Zon, I know it likely had to relate to this. I mean, I'm assuming he found something of interest, and those people that were with him also saw this point of interest. So since you have, I don't know, how much have you interacted with Zon?
Enough.
Enough. Okay. You have a spell book. Anything else?
Of his? I know where his hat went. I believe it was confiscated in evidence. I was unable to procure that, but I had the book. So, as I said, love poetry. It was a gift.
Yeah. Wow. Just kind of stares you all up and down for a moment. So, what do you plan on doing with the Black Swords now that you have ousted both of their leaders?
Are there more that we need to worry about? It seems like we've made rather quick work of most everyone who is in this keep.
Hmm.
Donovan
Oh.
just blanches at that.
Elspeth kind of
quick work. Quick
Elspeth
work.
kind of like looks and it's that slight look of like, well, I was gone for 10 minutes and nobody's come after us, so I'm assuming you guys dealt with the problem. But she doesn't say anything.
As you blanch, Avarice just kind of taps your hand, like the oh honey hand.
So yeah, I don't know where we go from here. You obviously we're turning this place back over to the speaker.
Okay. That's a little inconvenient, but that's fine by me.
I was about to say, do you have a better proposition that we should consider?
Cohabitation, but the way that Kadroth handled things, I doubt they would let us stay.
Yes, well, he didn't really seem to be much on mutual benefit, given the, murder of all of the guards and things like that.
Yeah.
And you're sure you did not direct them to do that murder?
No, I appeared afterwards. You've been here for 3 weeks?
And you share a patron, is that correct?
Yes. I'm
And
assuming.
that was.
Oh yes.
That was that ice lord.
Yes, Levistus. He directed me towards here. And it's been nice to have a bit of a respite from the prying eyes of all these 10-towners.
And you were looking for a lost floating city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the Black Swords, what were they looking for?
To make this Levistus's new thing. I don't know. Kadroth was very I think he was more on the recruitment phase of his plan, not so much the end phase of his plan.
Well, he was doing a terrible job of it.
No, I would say he was doing pretty damn well.
Really?
Yes. Of the people here, I think half of them are 10-towners.
Right.
Well, all due respect to your patron, but I don't think we're going to be continuing that work here.
Oh, no, I didn't suspect it. But if you do find any more information on Yithrin, I'm hoping you would give me a ring sometime.
Let us know how we can stay in contact, and we'll consider it if we happen to find anything.
You feel a little nudge in your brain.
Well then, is the spellbook still sitting on the table?
She is keeping it off to this, like slightly off to her side.
Cool. Elspeth is just gonna kind of also then kind of lean on the table and put her hand kind of on the table toward the spellbook. Just that clear indication. Well then, it seems we have come to some level of agreement. We can all leave this place as we came, more or less unscathed.
More or less. And unfortunately for you, puts a hand on the book. A little less.
You're sure that we can't negotiate about this? I'd rather like to keep a hold of it, and I can't imagine that there's anything in there that you don't already have.
Oh no, Dawn always had a flair for messing with what people see. I have a flair for blowing things up. So it is nice to sit down and think a little on what he would think. And possibly have some notes on what he was doing.
I'm just going to look over at Donovan. I'll give him the mental nudge and just be like, do you want me to push it?
And in my head, I'm just like, I copied the only spell I can use out of it.
I
would love to kill this person. So this is all mental. I'm like, I would love to kill this person, but I don't think that we can.
Elspeth kind of just like nods a little bit in agreement. Well, you do realize it's rather a great loss to us, so perhaps you can offer us some other form of compensation?
Letting you leave.
We're letting you leave.
We
all get to
letting
leave.
all of us leave, for we are all not. I mean, not to take assumptions, residents of Caer Denival.
No. We're just passing through, killing cultists.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I think I've entertained my curiosity enough. Any other further questions from you?
Where are you going next?
Not quite sure. But Icewind Dale is quite expansive, and Yithrin is somewhere. So I'll continue to look.
Do you know where the Durgar are?
Heard talks of them north, south, kind of everywhere. Kind of like rats, really. Just appearing whenever you don't want them.
And do you know what they were up to or are up to?
I mean, based on Hethel's last moment raves, taking over the surface.
Right.
The endless night is helpful for them, None of that blinding light, staying underground all the time. It is also why I come out of the cistern every now and then.
Yes, of course. Dark, cold, quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect place for vermin to hide.
I like you.
You'd be one of the first.
I like you.
Shoots a glance over at Azar, just sort of looks back. Right, well, everyone, should we gather the rest of our things and move on?
Yeah, we need to find our dogs.
You seem to know, Avarice, a great deal about the business my friends engaged with while I was not with them. Perhaps you know where our animals were taken?
Oh, yes, they're in the kennel outside.
Thank you.
And she stands up, does a little leg over the bench thing, turns back. For someone so far from their convent, I don't know if you should go back or not. It's going to be quite dangerous out there.
Well, like my father always says, you don't get anywhere without facing a little bit of danger.
I like your father. Then she turns around and starts to walk out.
Quick question. All of our stuff, was the spellbook the only thing missing?
Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna watch her leave. She fully leaves the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As soon as she leaves, just head down between the knees, deep panting breaths, oh, all right, okay. Well,
None of it. It's
alive.
fine. Donovan does the same thing.
Azar just
except
like,
he's like
rubs your
holding
back.
it.
Yeah, we're just like, oh,
Like,
God.
you're okay.
All right. Okay. Everyone's alive. And, I mean, all of ours are... Okay. All right. That was... Does anyone need more healing?
Yes.
Yes, right. Hand on Donovan's shoulder. Let's tap a cure wounds in there. Let me see what levels I've got. Oh, yeah. Let's give you the full load.
Well, we weren't planning on staying the night. Should we just stay the night here then?
I would love a sleep.
Oh, in that case, maybe we should all just go take...
Yeah, just
Perhaps.
tell Carol we'll be staying for dinner.
Excellent. I have the best trout recipe you could ask for.
Okay, yep, sounds nice. Just some raw trout for dinner. Don't forget.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Raw.
Donovan, why don't you find someplace to lie down? I'll go get the dogs and the deer and bring them to wherever we're all holding up.
I don't care. Should be
There's
here.
space in here.
Yeah.
Push the tables aside.
I think the room where Caldroth was well appointed.
Yes, I'm sure we could probably also take over the speaker's room. I don't think he really has a leg to stand on as far as throwing his weight
We
around
should
at the
probably
moment.
go bury the bodies or get rid of them. We got dead people just sort of all over the place.
Well, if they're anything like the bodies that I passed by downstairs, everything's going to be covered in ice. It might be a bit of a project to bury them.
Oh, perhaps the
It's helpful.
speaker.
She was in the room with the fire. She might thaw.
Yeah, maybe pulling her out.
Yes, maybe we should.
And maybe we should probably let the speaker out of his room. Tell him that it's all clear. He's gonna. I don't see any guards here. I don't see any fighters. You may need to go
He's not a guard
recruit.
or a fighter.
I think we're the guards at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where did the guards go?
I'm going to. Does Avarice have a key to the gate? Because only other person I know. What's his face? Kadroth would have had a key. Who else had a key?
Kadroth.
We should go. I can't believe I'm about to say this. We should go get his body anyway, because we can get his amulet. Some of these, they seem to function a little bit like that ring that you gave us, Donovan. I was getting quite chilled, and now, so at least for the time being, I don't know that we want to be wearing them publicly, of course. But if anybody needs to cuddle one while they sleep, might help take the edge off.
Right.
So
did Caldroth turn into a block of ice?
Yes.
Definitely.
He would have. Yeah, so he would be floating right now.
All right.
That's convenient, I guess.
Renner, can you help Azar?
Yeah.
Certainly. I'm just your transportation. Why not?
But you
Thanks,
are the
Renner.
most handsome transportation we have, Renner.
Stop it, Lady Elspeth. You know me.
Still not a lady, but thank you. Please go, Elf. I'm going to go outside.
Donovan is going to go back and actually get all of our stuff and bring it in to wherever we're going to be staying for the night and try and repack stuff.
As you go back, you do not see the body of Huar. Nor do you see your direwolf.
Which one was War?
He was the human. Fel was the one who went boom. Huar was the one that Donovan said to go bite his neck.
He's doing a very bad job of stabbing Donovan, despite having advantage.
Okay.
That was also the one that Avarice said. I don't remember if anybody else was there, but I know she said, at least to me, that she wanted to keep him. I think everybody else was there. Elspeth is gonna go find the kennels to check on the animals and also like take a breather.
You go to the kennels. Una momento. Oh, there it is. Which is, what building is that? Okay. You go to the kennels, Elspeth, and there you hear the yipping of more than 2 dogs. As you enter, you see a Beyond Lucky and 7. Yeah, it was Lucky and 7, right?
Jolly
Jolly
and 7.
Yes. Jolly just kind of standing in the corner, like looking slightly perplexed as 7 is just running around with the other 6 dogs. And in the middle of it, you see a brown-skinned boy, dark black hair, curly, just kind of running around in it with the deer also in tow and a root just in one of the beams. And the boy just looks, so he's like, "Oh, hey."
Hello! Are you the kennel master?
Master, sure.
Right. Just like put my arm up for the owl, like to summon the owl.
Wow.
Dear God. Okay. Every time. Yes, well, I've just come to check on our deer and our dogs. 7,
Yeah.
Jolly.
Jolly just kind of trots over, just plops down. Looks
Yeah.
at the boy. Yeah, that one, he doesn't play a lot.
No, he's he takes his job very seriously.
What's his job?
Pulling our sled and helping us keep an eye out for danger.
What kind of danger?
Oh, it could be all sorts of things. Wild animals, wicked magic users, giants, ogres.
What kind of wild animals?
The kind that aren't as nice as our deer and my owl here. What's your name?
What's your name?
My name is Elspeth.
Hi, Elspeth. Un momento, por favor. Where'd the name go? Where'd the name go? My name's Alisar. Where are you from?
I am from far down south.
Where down south?
Oh, a little bit outside of Greenest. Have you ever heard of it?
Where's that?
It's down the Sword Coast.
Sword Coast. What's the Sword Coast?
That is the coast that we are near. If you were to go to the west till you hit the ocean.
What's the
Sword
ocean?
Coast.
Kidding.
It is the largest body of water. Very good. You got me there. So, do you do work here?
Yes.
Wonderful. I can see you. You're doing a fine job of taking care of these animals.
Thank you. I am the kennel master.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking such good care of our creatures. I'm going to take them with us. We're packing our things to go, and I want to make sure they're with us.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you.
Where are you going?
We are continuing on our travels to solve mysteries.
Ooh, what kind of mysteries?
Well, I'm missing my father. Some of my companions are missing their siblings, and also you may have noticed that it's night all the time here, and we'd like the daylight to come back. So we're going to try to do that.
Why?
Well, because well, don't you think it gets boring after a while for it always to be nighttime?
I have my dogs, so not really boring.
Well, see, there you go. Unfortunately.
So is that why you came up here? Did you come here to stop the night? Why are you here?
Yes, we came up here to stop the night.
Mm,
Well, not permanently, but just bring the day back into the usual cycle of things.
interesting. Cool.
It is indeed quite cool up here.
Yes. Ha! Got it.
Yes. 7, jolly. Let's go. Find us all. Put the all on my shoulder and kind of back in. Jane? all right. Ear scritches for all of the creatures and just make my way out of the kennels. Stand outside and just be like, what? Everywhere we go. Why are there so many children here? Why would you raise children in this place? I don't understand.
Labor.
So Elspeth returned with all the animals. All the animals.
So many animals.
To the main hall. At some point, I'm going to assume either someone pulled Kranich from his bedroom or he got fed the fuck up of waiting.
I think that's the latter one.
I was gonna say, I think unless
Probably.
like specifically Azar goes up to tell him, I don't think any of the rest of us give a crap. We're just gonna let him figure it out.
Give a crap. He already did that. Anyway, he opens the door and comes down and sees up over the banister. It's like, what the hell is going on? As there's like animals and all of his servants just eating food. And he's like,
Azar's carrying a frozen corpse out the door.
what? Kind of just like rushes down in bedrobes and just like, you,
Everyone has Keldroth. Everyone has the day off today.
Oh, excellent.
Is that your name? I'm sorry. What did I call you?
It's Kranich.
Kranich. Sorry. Too many names that sound the same. We solved your cultist problem. So.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Are they all gone?
Believe so. There are some still floating around.
Ah, yes. Well, are you all staying?
For the night.
Yes.
Oh, good. Just for a night. Well, you can sleep out here and it'll be fine.
Oh, we're going to sleep in the bedrooms. They're much more comfortable, easier to insulate, and we did just, murder a great deal of cultists on your behalf, so I think that's the least you can do.
Persuasion check.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. Fine, but you leave in the morning, please. I want my keep to have its original inhabitants again.
Seeing as all of your guards are dead, we consist the totality of your protection services right now. Are you sure you want us to leave right away? With your servants that you left down in the frozen keep all by yourself?
I didn't leave them there. I got locked in my...
Oh, you freed them. Oh. Wait, no, we did that.
Interesting.
Fine.
Elections might be in order.
Oh, that's a good point. Imdra, when are the next elections for speaker? Because I think we'd like to present at the public meeting.
I mean, typically, unless they are shown unfit to lead, or if someone else puts up another bid for being speaker. But yes, nothing is guaranteed.
Kranich, if this is where the speaker of Caer Deneval lives, where did you live before you were speaker?
I lived down in the town.
So this isn't your place, but it's Caer Deneval's place.
The speaker's place. And I am the speaker of Caer Deneval.
For now, as I pick up the frozen corpse, look directly at him, and then walk out the door.
You all can stay the night.
Thank you for your generous hospitality.
I know.
Sir.
I'm quite generous.
Gonna round up all the animals and go upstairs to one of the bedrooms, like probably like Heffel's or something, and just start like
You go into Hethel.
setting it up so that it can be like utilized. Also, see if she's got any fun magical shit lying around that I should grab.
Hethel. Let's see what Hethel got.
She's probably got an amulet.
Yeah, roll a investigation check for me, please.
I might have a modifier for that. That would be nice. Not great. 12.
Oh, okay. Roll me a D100.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. D10s. Okay. 61.
61. Okay. You start searching about, and yes, you do find a familiar amulet. However, with her frozen body, it is frozen in her, like in the sculpture of it.
Right.
Just solid there. And as you peek around, you do find a box underneath the dresser.
Gingerly slide it out and open it, probably in a very like flip it open, lean back sort of way, because the last time I touched a mysterious object that we found in a place, I nearly killed half my party and I'm a little scarred.
So you're like, and you look within and you see a small vial in which there is a brown, silver, and gray band of the liquids that's separated in that layer.
Player knowledge is concerned, but character wouldn't know. Great. I guess I will close the lid of the box with the vial still in it and just slip it into my satchel.
Okay.
We'll take a look at that later.
But as you do, you have to close the windows as she left it open and there was starting to pile in a bit of snow within. But it is a nice room. It has a nice carpet. Hethel's rocking chair, which Hethel is frozen into, and there's a fireplace.
Well, Hethel's the body I was taking out.
Yeah, I was to say.
Oh, you took Hethel out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because she's had the fire in there, she would fall and start to.
Surprisingly, when you grabbed her, she was quite frozen solid. But the fire is starting to go a little low at this point, just due to time and the cold wind. And she has bed, you investigated the dresser, and there's a nice little writing desk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't know, poke around through the rooms, come up with a place where I can kind of bed down the animals with us, check her room and probably Kadroth's room too, to kind of set them up so that we can sleep in them in some combination of like doubling up in beds, rolling out bedrolls by the fires, that sort of thing.
Cool. As you all begin to reconvene after disposing of bodies and grabbing equipment and reassessing equipment to ensure you're prepared for the morning come.
I wanted to. I'm gonna spend maybe however many times I need to spend 10 minutes identifying the magic items that we have or found or.
Okay.
Potions.
List them out for me because I don't remember all of them.
I think it's amulets that are on people. I don't know if we have to chisel them off.
Oh, did you?
I have one.
Okay.
I mean, I have one that we can identify before we go through that effort.
Yeah, I want to identify that, and then the potion if I'm told about it. If I'm not, then.
I mean, let's make this easy. I will, because Elspeth would do this. She'll find Donovan and be like, "Here, can you do that?" And you do this one. I'll do this one. I found this box, and do I have identify? Oh, I don't have identify. I have detect magic. Never mind. I will take it to you and just be like, don't touch it yet, but I found this. It might be something.
Okay. So let's start with the potion. as you take the time to identify it, you learn it is a potion of climbing.
Potion of climbing?
Yes.
Oh,
Basically,
fun.
it gives you, or your climbing speed is equal to your walking speed for an hour, and also you have advantage on athletics checks for climbing. As you try and shake the bottle with the brown, silver, and gray layers, they do not mix.
Potion of climbing. Who most should have that? Elspeth?
I have a negative strength modifier.
Yes, you should have that.
I don't know why everything we grabbed today was very specific to me who took no damage, but apparently that's my day.
Gods are kind.
Yes, he is. What?
I
What are the amulet? Any other items you need to identify?
think that's it.
That's basically it from what we picked up.
And a look around Kadroth's room while we're at it.
Yes. Investigation check for Kadroth's room.
Detect magic around there as well.
Oh,
I'll pop a detect magic over there, yeah.
okay. Wee-oo. In that case,
Do I have an investigation? Plus one. Sorry.
I mean, you drop a detect magic.
Yeah.
Roll a D100 for me, please.
14.
Here. Okay.
Who's rolling the D100? I just rolled a 14 investigation, so.
Oh, I'll roll one real quick. 16.
You go within and you find a case, small one, in his drawer of his writing desk. And there, with your detect magic, you can see two vial shapes within.
And add those to the list at the end of the day to identify.
Mm-hmm. 2 potions of healing.
Oh, I would like to have one of those. If someone were to. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's good.
I was say you said 2 potions of healing. We should just hand them to people who don't have healing magic. So 1 to Donovan and then probably 1 to Renner.
Yeah, they're
keep
most
their
likely
stuff.
to get hit.
Yeah. Keeping their stuff.
Cool. I will write down that he has a potion for healing. Cool.
Add items in D&D Beyond, everybody.
Hey.
I presume the totality of all this, we get a short rest as we eat and talk and all
Yes.
this. Yeah.
For sure, get a short rest.
I was just saying, I thought we were going to take a long rest in the
Yeah.
night. That's the whole point of spending the night. So
Yeah.
And
But
then,
things can happen before that occurs.
this is a
Yes.
good point.
yes, and as you cast detect magic on the amulet,
Identify.
identify, excuse me. It is a piece of chatelaine.
Piece of chatelaine.
Ooh.
And this particular piece, whatever it has been imbued with, gives a resistance to cold.
All right. Resistance to cold damage. Is it basically the ring of warmth?
Essentially.
Do you show this or do you just keep it?
I'm gonna just go over it. And so this amulet is a piece of chatelaine, and it is essentially like the ring of warmth. However, I also believe that is what turns people into frozen people when they die.
Is
If
that
they're
not
dead, I don't think it really makes much difference. So
is that not just a boon granted you by your allegiance
Oh,
to the
I don't
Vistas?
know. Maybe it is. I'm a little wary.
Do we think that the fact that they turn into popsicles is a problem? Like, are we worried that they're going to thaw and be alive again?
Well, if you do you think that that's unrelated to this
I don't look. My gods are the gods of death. It's a different categorization than the devils of the nine hells, but I have heard stories from my father and from my reading about certain devils and gods and celestials granting boons to their acolytes and followers. So I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. So if it's unrelated to this, then the identify worked and I know everything about it. I've been cursed before, so that's kind of
I mean, I put this one on and it almost instantly repelled the cold. I didn't feel any other particular effects, but you know how things go for me. I might have some sort of horrible nightmare tonight that informs us that there's something else going on. Maybe I keep that one for the night. We see if anything dreadful happens, and if nothing does, we can procure a couple more in the morning for anyone who needs them.
Okay.
Certainly don't like the idea of leaving Shardolin just about when we know the Duragar are hunting for it.
So we should take it all with us, just a matter of if we actually wear it or not.
Perhaps.
I see.
Or at least do a better job of hiding it somewhere or finding someone to pass it off to. Perhaps one of the houses of the Morning Lord. Or send it back to East Haven. Who knows?
All right. Sounds good. Maybe we can ask the servants to go and chip away at the ice while we sleep.
That might be all right.
The boar and the badger could do it as well.
Oh,
Bucky and Bacon.
yes. Yes.
I don't know where I don't care went.
You don't care who went?
I don't care.
Well, if you don't care, then why are you asking?
Oh, Renner named the direwolf. I don't care.
Oh, that makes much more sense. Thank you.
Maybe that's not a good name.
It's not. I don't. Was there a I'm going to bed. You should too, Donovan. You, no offense, look dreadful.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're alive.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I didn't come to help.
No, I learned something about myself. I'll probably forget in a week or two, but thought that I was a little bit more capable than I was.
I think we've all had that moment of late.
Yeah. All right. Set an alarm spell. I'm just ritual after ritual after ritual. It's like 2 hours of like drawing circles. Oh God, my hands are cramped.
Arm. Gotta use that shoulder, man. Can't just use your wrist.
Just keep bringing you tea and then like sitting in the corner and wait for the next one to pop and be like, what does this one tell us?
Meanwhile, as you all are talking about Chardolin and just like kind of like showing it off, Zara, it does peek in your brain a little bit. Could you roll me a
It's one, so it doesn't matter.
History check.
All of intelligence. I have no proficiency in anything intelligence related. Oh, but that's a 19 plus 1.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yes. So you know that Chardolin is mined in the Anarok Desert. And a couple pieces have passed your purview before. in the talks that people were making of trades of the properties of it, it is a very absorptive material that it can absorb the arcane, and pure Chardolin is clear. And when it is infused with things, it takes on different characteristics. When you look at this one, it is teal and black as it kind of swirls within.
It's like, yeah, this definitely isn't the stuff that we would trade at the monastery. This stuff looks weird.
Like it's what kind of weird? Do you
I
know?
don't know. The color's wrong. I don't know. I mean, in the deserts, sometimes we go down in the caves and we'd find them. We trade them sometimes. People pay a lot of money for them. Real stupid for little rocks.
But we know
I
they
don't really don't know what's wrong with this. Maybe it's because it's cold here and not warm like it's supposed to be.
Well, we know it's been infused with magic, and Chardolin retains magical properties, so maybe it has something to do with whatever kind of magic has been infused into it.
I don't like that it's black.
No. Well, suppose we'll find out. We generally do, even if we sometimes stumble into our answers. Unless you think
Be
there's something
careful.
that Donovan or I could do to check it.
I don't know. The stories they used to tell about the wizards who used to live out that way aren't all great. Yeah.
Well,
It sounds sort of like what they were saying about the flying cities, but different. They're sort of responsible for the desert. Something to do with magic.
Yes, all right. I've heard.
It's not natural because if you can manage to get to the far end of it, it goes from desert to like grass and stuff. No in between.
Right.
They said magic made it. Wizards, they always screw things up.
Yes, I'm starting to notice that. Not you, Donovan, but like most of the other wizards we've run into.
Yeah, real wizards,
I mean, technically, yeah, I'm not a real wizard.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. You stab things. Other words, they don't fight.
I try and stab things anyway.
Oh, you do fine. We can practice if you want some fighting practice.
I feel like I would just get punched in the face if
No, I wouldn't actually hit you.
Maybe we do sparring in the morning after everyone's had a good night's sleep. Renna's also looking like he's going to drop off of his feet.
Yes, I always get up early. When I get up on forming exercises, I can wake you up.
Let's do that in the morning. Let's do that.
Pre-dawn calisthenics with the Tsar.
God.
You know what? Donovan can lose the weight, that's for sure.
Well, as you all begin to bed down, thankfully not having to worry about watchers.
Tsar still sets your traps.
Sets the traps, put the bear traps down, put down the alarm. Nobody step by the door unless they want to get a bear trap. Oh no, your leg isn't caught in a bear trap.
That's how I die.
Can we get a long rest? Can we get a long rest?
Please, can we have a long rest?
Well, before that long rest,
Shit.
Elspeth.
Yep.
Charisma saving throw, please.
Fuck me.
Sure.
We have.
I do at least have proficiency in my charisma saving throws, but I also rolled like hot garbage, so.
We have Tonic of Charm, which you
Gives me a plus 10.
Checks.
You may use your reaction to have advantage on a single charisma-based saving throw that King Shikamaru gave us. So we can.
Oh, it's advantage. Do you want
Yep.
me to use it?
Please
I
do.
think so. It'll reset at the end of the game. So it's easy.
Everyone's like, dear God, do it. Cool. That is lower than what I previously rolled. So I have an 8.
8. Okay. Okay. As you begin to sleep, Elspeth, the dark void of sleep begins to take your vision. And for a moment, you feel your body in space. Oh, we have raiders. Go ahead. Shot them out.
All right. Welcome, Little Percent, who is part of the Titan Media Collective. They were streaming earlier today, some fun stuff over there. So they are a fellow streamer on our Titan Media Collective. So be sure to give them a follow as well for our people. But thank you and welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden.
But Elspeth, you find yourself in space, in the darkness. And it's a familiar feeling. And it gives you comfort. As you see before you 2 large double doors just kind of floating in the darkness.
Reach out.
You touch one and they both open before you, and you see more of a black expanse, but large pillars seem to row the way down, and you see stairs going up to a desk as a cloaked figure continues to write. Scales on the side, and from your purview seems quite large despite the distance, giving us the sense of how large this being is.
Step forward.
As you start to step forward, as if your feet are making contact with marble, it just kind of reverberates through the hall, your footsteps echoing. And as you approach, your sound getting louder and louder for the figure, its head slowly raises up. And you just kind of see a black void in there.
Did I make a mistake?
And as you ask this question, you watch as ice begins to envelop the desk and the figure in its entirety. And you watch as the shape within just kind of morphs within into something different. A pale figure with pointed ears and an internal scream frozen on his face. Red eyes staring down at you. And you just hear in your head, "Welcome, my child." And the vision stops.
Full panic wake up. Like full sit up in the dark, panic wake up.
Oh, I think people are typing secrets.
Do you make any noise when you wake up?
I mean, it's probably like the like just the startle wake.
Mm-hmm. Azar, you pop up at that?
Yeah. Snap awake and grab the staff. There's light in the room. It's like, what?
Nothing. Sorry, had a nightmare.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'll go. I'm
No,
just gonna.
want me to light the fire for you?
No. I think I'm just gonna go go sit downstairs for a moment.
Well, take 7 with you.
Yeah. I will take whichever of the dogs will follow, if they'll follow with me, and I'm just gonna go down to the main hall and like sit by whatever dregs of the fire are left, and probably just like it's that thing where I'm like sitting and I kind of keep reaching into my pouch for like my little incense that I normally use when I do my prayers, and it's like pulling it out, and every time like I'm going to start one of those rituals and then just putting it back and then pulling it out and playing with it and putting it back.
But as you sit in this night of anxiety, do you all go to bed at any point or no?
I don't think I do. I don't think I go back to bed.
So everybody else gets a long rest as Jolly keeps you company. But the morning arrives as it does in Icewind Dale with the night.
They're gone. I wake up. Bucky and Bacon, they're gone.
Um,
I'm gonna reach into the bag and feel around. Are there 3 more fuzzy balls in there? It resets at dawn.
Yeah, I believe so. It's just
It does, yeah.
3 fuzzy balls reset at dawn as the warmth of Bucky and Bacon are no longer there, but you feel 3 new fuzzy balls in the back.
All right. Okay. Good times. Azar.
Yeah. Just come to the door in your room, like, ready to exercise?
Yeah.
Let's go. And it's all yoga. It's all just extreme yoga.
Why are you pulling my son's like?
And she will help you. Just like, no, like this.
Yeah, just like, Donovan hasn't bent that way in years.
If you guys come downstairs for any of this, you will find Elspeth kind of sitting on the table, like nearest the fire, just sort of staring into the dying embers of it. So,
I think after probably only after 20 minutes, Donovan's like, okay, it's easy first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow's the real exercise.
Oh, good. Good. Okay.
Get some meat on those bones. Come on.
All right. Head down for some breakfast before we go. Yeah, all that stretching made me hungry.
I guess we see Elspeth in front of the dying embers of the fire. Did you sleep at all, Elspeth? You didn't come back to bed. Did you sleep?
oh, I'm fine.
So you didn't sleep.
I said I'm fine. I am half elf. They don't sleep at all. One night of missed rest is not going to be a problem.
So Elspeth didn't sleep. Okay.
As somebody who has not slept for several days, it is not good for you.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Thank you, Donovan. Not planning to make a habit out of it.
Everything okay? Anything we can do?
No. I had a nightmare. It was very unsettling. I'm fine. Thank you.
What kind of nightmare?
It was in the halls of Kellenvor and Jurgle again. It's the same one I've been having. It's fine. Look, I've reached out to them several times since the Black Cabin, and I haven't gotten any response. And then this is what I get, and it's
What happened?
I saw Jurgle again with his scales of Kalimvor. Didn't answer my question again.
Why did it scare you? You were scared when you woke up.
I was. Yes, it's rather unsettling to face one's gods again and then have them refuse to answer you for the umpteenth time. Do you want some breakfast? Why don't I go work on some breakfast? And she's
do they not answer you every time you use magic?
Just fully walks away.
It's their approval. That's why they don't grant me any powers.
Poor Donovan, that's not how magic works.
Okay.
Breakfast, guys?
Koenig, right? Koenig? That's where we're going?
Yep. To find Elspeth's dad, hopefully.
Let's do it.
Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do in Caradan of all.
Just take as many pot shots at the speaker as we leave as possible. Just as many bad, punny references to the fact that we saw him.
Such as pot shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, good question. Where's Meek?
Meek. You find him out in the front, shoveling some snow.
So, Meek. Hi.
Hi.
You okay?
Well, they left.
Are you working?
And I didn't go with them.
Is he wearing a?
Yeah, no. Meek never wore a.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. So
you're out from under their thumb.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. I noticed that you're shoveling the snow here. Are you gonna stay and work for Speaker Krennic?
Well, when they all left and I kind of had I woke up and I didn't know what to do, so I just started shoveling some snow so people could walk without slipping.
That's good of you.
Yeah.
I don't know how nice a person the speaker is, but they're gonna need help because,
I mean, he's all right. I mean, he at least said thank you after the third time I brought him food. Yeah.
It's it's not a it's not very safe to travel.
Huh. I know.
I mean, that's
is kind of why I stayed with them for a moment there. Yeah, I mean, for the time I was with them, because it wasn't working out too great in East Haven either. So I thought maybe they could help me a bit, but turns out it was worse than East Haven, right?
What do you want to do?
And you see him just kind of place the shovel down and just kind of lean on it. I don't know. I mean, I found my way here from Luskin, hopped on a boat. Wasn't working out for me there either, so got on a boat, and the ship, it took me right around and took me to Revel's End. That was a time. I was stuck in a crate for a good week. And then eventually I made it over here to East Haven where the shipment was dropped. Yeah. I mean, is there a way to shovel things? I'm good at shoveling and taking out stuff, I guess.
Well, we're heading north from here, but I have a feeling that we'll come back through here.
Okay.
Maybe you could, I don't know, stick around here and work for the speaker for a little bit, and I don't know, we can escort you back down to East Haven or Bryn Shander, or
That'd be nice.
I'm gonna reach into my hidden pouch and pull out. I'm gonna pull out 10 gold, and I'm gonna give it to him.
You pass it off, and he looks at it in his hands. Mr. Chambers, I can't take this. That's it. That's a lot of money.
Just keep it safe. You know, do good work here. Hopefully the speaker treats you at least better than Caldrath. And when we come back through here, we'll help escort you to one of the other 10 towns.
Are you sure, Mr. Chambers?
Yeah.
He drops the shovel. Can I give you a hug?
Sure.
And he comes over and just like places his head on your chest and some gentle sobs.
We appreciate your help. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have been able to get everywhere we were supposed to get.
Peels his head away. You're very welcome, Mr. Chambers.
All right.
I'm going to keep shoveling snow, Keeps
Perfect.
piling up. You see him tuck away the coins in a little pouch and just shovels away.
All right. Shall we, people, friends, and Renner?
Wow.
Noted, Donovan. Noted.
No, I didn't see his face when you're describing the races of all of the servants, and like, ew.
But as you all begin to make your way to the end gate, Speaker Cronach opens the gate for you all as a couple of the servants remaining take the time to do both double gates as you finally exit out of the walls of Caer-Dineval, looking at the town before you, having those interesting thatched roofs where it seems to be very thick reeds all tied together like braids that are stacked along. But you can see up on this, what am I saying? Uprising? What am I saying?
Plateau?
Hill.
Or hill?
Hill, the word hill. You can see the road going off northward towards Caer Conic and southward towards the east way.
Once we're a ways away, Zara pulls out a ring of keys. So like, I hope he doesn't need these. It's back in her bag.
Yeah, that boy's got like low. I mean, quick sleight of hand. If you roll less than a 10, he notices.
Me and Renner went down. I'm waiting so we're well out of sight, not in front of the gate. It's like when me and Renner went down to get Kadroth's keys. I never gave it to him.
Right. So Okay. Okay.
Well,
If
those
we
are
ever need to get
certainly
back in, we can
come
get
in
in.
handy later.
Okay.
Is Imdra still with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She
Just tracking.
she had some final words for Krana as she left. But joins you once more.
Cut to the future and Azargos. It was me who stole Kranak's keys.
So north, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes?
All right. To what's the name of the place again?
Kaer Konig.
Right.
Yes.
Hopefully better than this.
Much more of a hospitable town, though they are definitely how should I say this? What's the word I'm looking for? They are getting fucked by the weather. They are being most northward and colder. Their parts of the Lac de Nechir has been completely frozen over, and they have to walk miles to get to any patch of clear water.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, but the captain of the not captain, excuse me, Travis is the speaker.
Travis.
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 He is quite the character, and I'm sure when you all get there, you will understand his nature.
You said he was a dragonborn, didn't you?
Yes, Silver Dragonborn, very hard to miss.
I imagine so. Yeah, should be exciting to meet him.
Yes, quite the adventurer back in his day. He will not shut up about his stories.
Maybe he will know something about my father. Sounds like they'd get along swimmingly.
Is everything okay? It looks like you have not slept well.
Oh, I just had a poor night of sleep. That's all. Sure, I'll be fine.
Well, Kerkonig is only an hour or two away by walking, so we can get some rest afterwards.
Perfect. Sounds.
Or excuse me, you can get some rest.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Yes.
Keeps walking.
All right.
Yep. Same.
All right, Seven, Jolly, let's go.
Jolly just trots.
Yeah.
But as you head northwards towards Kerkonig, the pointed out direction of both Imdra and Hethel, where Morduragar are. That's where we're gonna end today. Yeah, it's right before we get to Kerkonig. That's gonna be a whole thing. So, thank you all so much for joining us. I know we were a little sparse on the team today, but people are getting married. Not our peoples, but friends of said peoples are getting married. And much marriages is happening right now since COVID being lifted. People are like, let's get married. We survived a pandemic together. What else can we survive? How about
Now's
life?
the time.
But yes, friends, we will all see you next Saturday. So far, still 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check us out tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Down Darker Trails, Call of Cthulhu, Western, as well as Dragon of Icespire Peak. This Monday, we are hitting our penultimate episode, number 39, with episode 40, 2 weeks from, or 2 Mondays from now. So keep an eye out that. They're going to be fighting Cryovane real soon, hopefully. Well, yeah, until then, friends, Romans, countrymen, we will catch you all next Saturday for not Dragon of Icespire Peak, Rime with the Frostmaiden. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep frosty.
All right, and thank you